Hey guys, I found something very interesting about 8 months ago, and I tried to do a video, but my coil shorted out and started the fire right here in the basement because of the weird properties of this coil. It it's a neutral coil. Basically, if you were to take a spool of wire and you and your friend were to go into the park and stretch it right out, and then find the 50% zone and bend it at the 50% and start wrapping from the middle all the way to the end, you would end up with a neutral coil. Okay, what I have here is a neutral coil and a magnetic sphere. Like, this is extremely strong N52 1-inch sphere. So any change in the magnetic field, you'll be able to tell when I flick the battery here. So let's see, I see the spark. I got spark. Well, it's not really sparking that great, but you can see it. But there's no change. Look, I'm doing it. I'm continually doing it. There is no magnetic field coming through that thing. Well, there is, but it's neutralized. It's just as much north as it is south, because it started in the middle and wrapped its way to the ends. So what have I created here? I don't know. Nothing really. It's just kind of amazing that you can wind a coil and not attract a magnet with it. However, I'm going to pause now. However, if you connect the end to the beginning, I've replaced this coil with another coil of equal length, equal size. If you connect the end to the beginning, so you see the two white tapes, that represented my middle part. So I've cut that and I've connected the end of one to the beginning of the other. So if you do that, then you get, a definite magnetic field here. Although it's still fighting itself. It's pushing it away. Yeah! Okay, so by doing that, you can create a Tesla spun bifilar coil by attaching the beginning of one to the end of the other. I don't know. It's just another way of doing it. Instead of doing a bifilar, you could just start in the beginning and in the middle, and then cut the wires at the end, and then grab one and attach it to the beginning of the other. But the thing about this is, it's the neutral coil. What if it wasn't at 50%? What if it was at 25% one way and 75% the other way? What would that do? And what if it wasn't for being a pulse coil? What if it was being for a collector? Would it change the volts? Would it change the amps? Would it magnify one over the other as a collector? Would it give you a quasi DC out because it's more one way than the other way? Who knows? I just wanted to share. So I'm calling this the neutral coil, the coil that does nothing unless you cut the middle part where you started winding from and connect one way to the other way. Then you got a Tesla pancake coil configuration bifilar setup. I do believe. I could be wrong because that thing is a little bit tricky when you look at it, but I think that's what you end up with. I started this thing just because I wanted to see if I can improve upon it, and basically I didn't improve upon the basic coil. I actually did opposite of what I thought it would, and it's a neutral coil. It's a nothing coil. Maybe it's a good place to throw in some, maybe it's a good ground. But I think it has some good induction properties if you were to play with the percentages back and forth. Okay, guys, just a short video. Thank you. Take care.